Hey everyone, welcome back to Brian's Mysteries and Adventures on Trail. Today we are going to be discussing the disappearance of Jack Forrest Thomas. He went missing in the Sawtooth Wilderness area in June of 2016. Now this video was made in cooperation with Sandy Epeldi, who is a very experienced hiker, an avid climber, and also a guidebook author in Idaho. I thank her for all her help. She was instrumental in making this video. Unfortunately, like many cases that we cover on this channel, it didn't get much media attention. However, I can give you the basics. We'll start out with that. He was set out for a 4-day trip in the Queens River trailhead on June 13th of 2016. This is obviously in the state of Idaho. As for his particular itinerary, unfortunately, we don't have any information on his intended route. There are, unfortunately, a numerous amount of possibilities. The last message that they received from him was from his Spot Gen 3 messenger. This information came on the third day of his hike on June 15th at around 11:50 a.m. off the Idaho Centennial Trail along the South Fork of the Payette River between Fern Falls and Elk Lake, just upriver of Picho Creek. Now I'm going to have some various maps to show you this intense area, which is very treacherous, which basically defines the notion of being in the backcountry, the wilderness. Jack was last thought to be wearing a blue windbreaker, a purple long sleeve shirt, high top hiking boots, a San Francisco Giants baseball cap, a silver chain necklace with a silver ring, which apparently he never left home without it, carrying a gray camelback backpack, an ice axe, and an orange and black and Spot 3 device, as we've already discussed. He is a Caucasian male with gray hair, blue eyes. He always usually had a mustache, and he had a mustache at the time of his disappearance. His right knee was also thought to be wrapped. It is reported that he was apparently traveling upriver. Now, according to Sandy, if he was staying on the marked trails, this would have put him roughly around 35 miles into a 57-mile loop. However, as you can see, near Fern Falls, where he was last reported missing, there is a lot of downed trees, there's a lot of fire damage. Much of the mileage goes through burn zones, which obviously proposes a lot of danger for any hikers, no matter what their experience level. Now, he was 66 years old at the time. According to Sandy and the USDA Forest Service, this area is not accessible, or at least not safe for hikers to travel due to incredibly strong snow runoff and melt until maybe mid-July. I wanted to share with you the intimate knowledge that Sandy has of this location. The trail loop that would have had placed Jack at his last known location would most likely include the Little Queens River, which is, according to her, in moderate conditions, the Nehemiah Trail Creek, which is in poor condition, the Black Warrior Trail, which is in very poor conditions, the Bay House Trail, which is in poor condition, the North Fork Boise River Trail, which is in very poor condition, the South Fork Payette River Trail, which is actually in good condition, the Benedict Creek Trail, which is in moderate to good condition, the Queens River Trail, which is in moderate condition. I know this sounds very confusing, and if you look at these maps and all these pictures, it is crazy. It's just mountains upon mountains. I can't imagine what it would be like being lost in this type of situation. One of Sandy's original theories was that he may have took an off-trail shortcut going over a snowbound mountain pass from the Queens River drainage of the Little Queens River en route to South Fork of the Payette River. This would have obviously eliminated a lot of mileage and put him on direct line to where his last message was transmitted. However, unfortunately, there were apparently a lot of crazy river crossings during this time, one which she had actually done herself almost a year later, which was a rope crossing. Now, this is a monkey bridge. This is actually a good monkey bridge. Some monkey bridges only have 2 ropes on the top and a rope on the bottom. They are extremely dangerous. They are extremely difficult to navigate. It's very easy to fall in. Some of these river crossings maybe only had log crossings at this time. Now, at the time that he sent this message, he could have seen that at the Centennial Trail, it may have been too difficult to try and cross this river. So he might have thought that following the other river, the Queens River, must have been maybe easier. It may seem like this was somewhat an easier scenario, but unfortunately, he was obviously never heard from again. According to Sandy, it's also possible that Jack saw how dangerous the river crossing would be and chose to retreat back up to the Pitchfork Creek or maybe Fall Creek, then fell on a rugged or steep snowbound mountain because that's what he would have had to traverse. He probably would have had gone over the pass of Black Nose Mountain, or over the ridge of Benedict Creek, which is very, very treacherous. This is obviously the definition of wilderness as described by Sandy and other hikers that have been in this area. Unfortunately, there are also many downed signs, many downed trail signs, other information that could have helped this hiker. Obviously, when he didn't return, his family reported him missing. This started a dogged search, which included the Elmore County Search and Rescue. They brought in, of course, search dogs, search and rescue helicopters. They had an unbelievable hard task ahead of them because this area is so dense and so vast, especially because of the time of year. The rivers were all running raging wild waters. They had no idea what could have happened to this man. However, they continued their dogged research of this case. The Elmore County Search and Rescue, the Elmore County Sheriff's Office, they all participated in this search. Unfortunately, because of the limited resources, and what I mean by that is there was basically limited cell phone service in this area. So it was very difficult for search and rescue to communicate with each other. They did have their SATCOM devices. However, unfortunately, through all their searching, they only found a few candy wrappers, despite the initial searches yielding no plausible results. The family was unwilling to give up on this search, which I can totally imagine. I can't imagine what these people were going through. This is a picture of the helicopter of the Elmore County Search and Rescue. They went out day and night. Unfortunately, this area, and if you guys want to look into it more vastly, you can look at some of these maps. You'll see that it's just unbelievable. There's so many lakes. There's so many trails that are interconnected. The Centennial Idaho Trail runs through the entire state of Idaho. So they had incredible task ahead of them, and they just couldn't find anything that would help them. Now, at this point, the family did contact a private organization called the John Francis Foundation for helping adults and other missing people. This was based on John Francis, who went missing in another area. Despite their massive search as well through this unbelievably dense and treacherous area, they came up with no clues as well. And they had to find ways of crossing these rivers as well. Very dangerous. So if any of you are planning to visit these areas, please be prudent. Please check your maps. Please check the USDA forest information before you go out, because this is just an absolute tragedy. We still don't know what happened to Jack, and it's just a terrible shame because obviously his family members still want to know what happened. Please remember that a lot of the photos shared aren't showing the exact nature of what he may have gone through. This was not in the time of when he went missing. During June, there's a lot of snow melt going on. I want to, of course, dedicate this video to Jack Forrest Thomas, his family and friends, wishing that you get closure and hopefully find the answers that you so deserve too. Special thank you to Sandy Epeldi for all her expertise and photos and helpful with this video. Your expertise was beyond helpful, and I appreciate it so much. If any of you have any kind of case that you want me to cover and have information like this, it is so appreciated, because obviously I can't be in all parts of the world, and this kind of information is invaluable. Thank you all for watching. As always, special thank you to co.ag for providing the background music. I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking with me till the end. I want to say thank you again to Sandy. I really appreciate all your help and all your information on this case. It really made all the difference. I want to say thank you to all of you who have commented. I have taken down all your notes on everybody who wants to enroll in the giveaway for this coming year. I appreciate all your feedback and your comments. I will be making the drawings here in the next couple days. If any of you have any comments or suggestions on cases, please let me know. I'll see you next time.